calling all my sweeties to the forefront. I'm your host, Renee Hayslett, and this is the Keep It Positive Sweetie Show. Welcome to the Keep It Positive Sweetie Show, a place where we heal, grow, and learn together. Today's guest is Grammy-winning rapper, songwriter, actor, entrepreneur, television host, and now author. With his debut memoir, The Voice in My Head is God, I'm so glad to be sitting with Chainz. Today's guest is someone whose journey has evolved far beyond music. Known around the world as an artist, entrepreneur, and cultural voice, he's now stepping into a new chapter as an author with his book, The Voice in My Head is God. In it, he reflects on faith, intuition, family, and the inner voice that guided him through everything from childhood to success in the music industry. Kids family, please give a very warm welcome to Chainz. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Happy to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. We first met a few years ago at my 40th birthday. Yeah. I called everybody named Mama. Do you hear me? Because, it's always 6 degrees. In Atlanta, it's like 2 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you cool with him? Can you ask him? I really trying to get him at my birthday party. And we finally closed the deal. And when I tell you, to this day, people are saying that's still like the best birthday party they've been to in Atlanta.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was walking into. I didn't know. My friend in the gym.
Yeah.
Mark, he was like, man, my sister, man,
Shout out, Mark.
Yeah, and I showed up, and it was just a beautiful crowd. I really didn't know why I was showing up, but I'm glad we did it because I think we built a relationship from that event. I know you was booking me as like talent.
Yeah.
But then I started learning more about you and what you do, and so then I became a fan of yours.
I appreciate that. Yes, it's been love ever since. I appreciate it. Happy to have you here to talk about your new book, The Voice in My Head is God. When you hit me about it, I said, we got to have you on the podcast.
Yeah.
We have it hasn't been official. We have an unofficial book club. So anything I post that I'm reading, my sweeties will go buy it.
Okay.
So we're going to add this to the book club. We're going to read it. Make sure y'all go get it. And we're going to talk about it for sure. Super excited to get into that. But before we get into it, we're going to do a quick game of rapid fire. I want you to tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
Oh, Lord.
He's all Lord.
All right.
All right. Flats or drums?
Flats.
Okay. One thing people always get wrong about you?
Well, people say I look mean. I don't think I'm mean.
No, you're not. Your go-to late night snack?
Almonds.
Ooh, healthy. That's a good one. Okay. See, mine is salted caramel ice cream with pecans. First thing you do when you get back home after a long road trip?
Hug and kiss the wife, say what's up to the kids, take a shower, and get in my own bed.
Nothing like your own bed. And shout out to the wife, Keisha, who's in studio with us today. Hey, girl. Mm-hmm. All right. Do you enjoy the studio or the stage?
Man, that's so hard.
I know.
But I think I might. That's so hard. That's so hard for me.
Yeah.
Like, I've been on stage just going crazy and just loving the energy from the crowd. I done looked up and thanked the Lord.
Yeah.
And then I done been in the studio and I done said something so hard that I done thanked the Lord. So I don't even know.
Well, we'll take both of them equally.
50,
yeah. What is the most expensive thing that you have bought that had you looking at the receipt like, all right, that was a little crazy?
Man, probably, homes, cars. Homes and cars.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is crazy. It is.
But it's a blessing. Another thing to say, thank you, God. I
love
love that. God is good. So looking back at your journey, going from College Park to now you are a global success. Mm-hmm. Looking at the little boy in you, what do you think he'd be most surprised at now if he could look into the future and see where you are now?
That I'm still going, that I'm still very much passionate and energetic about, getting up every day and what the day may brings, and still I'm still enjoy learning new stuff. I still enjoy meeting new people. Yeah. So even though I'm growing and maturing, even age-wise, I think internally I'm excited about life, you know what I'm saying, overall.
What does a normal day in Chainz life look like? You say you're excited to wake up every day. What does that look like?
I don't sleep at night, so I probably go to sleep around maybe like 7 o'clock in the morning. I get up around 12 or 1. I go to the gym at around 2:20, 2:30, because I work out with another person that is like taking a lunch break. So it's like we're trying to get that window in to work out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a smoothie. Then I shower. Then I eat. Then I pick my son up from school, take him to train, and take him, come back, drop him off. And then I watch basketball, and I might take like an hour nap or something like that, because I start working every night around from like 12 to 6. I record. I'm in the studio.
Wow.
And it's very habitual. It's very just like I do that basically every day. I mean, this book tour, this book run has definitely thrown off my gym schedule and thrown off the time that I was using to, make sure I get my son from A to B. But overall, it's been so much good feedback from the book, people showing up.
Yeah.
It was my aspiration just to like affect one person. And man, when I tell you it exceeded that expectation.
Wow.
Already. It's not even been a week. And how this young lady just boo-hoo cried in my arms in Dallas last night, like boo-hoo, like, and how the book helped her, and how she reads it at 7 in the morning, and she plays the audio book while she reading. I'm like, I've never, did it like that. But the audio book,
really good.
It's in my voice, so.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, it's in my voice, and it's like something that is new and innovative that, and I don't know anybody that has production in their audiobooks. Like my audiobook, you can actually hear the scene that I'm describing that I'm reading. Yeah.
Wow, that's fire. Yes.
Fire.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's like that. I just brought something different. It's like, man, I still took elements from the, me being an artist, a musician, and you hear albums and they have skits and stuff in it.
Yep.
So when you're reading a book that sounds like it could be a skit, why not have the anyway? So I know y'all gonna take that. You can have it. This is what I do. I come in the game, I leave something behind, and y'all try to act like I ain't do it. But
right, we heard it here first. Yeah, I've never heard of that, but I do. I read books and listen to audio because sometimes I don't want to put this on, but I may have a little ADD.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
Yeah,
what they do to us? Like, why does everybody say that? Yeah. I hear this every day. I got AD. I hear this every day more than I hear somebody saying excuse me and thank you. I hear like, man, I got a little bit of
something.
Somebody just can't lock in sometimes.
Yes.
So you do the same thing. You do audio and this is my
I
first
do that with my Bible. Like when I'm reading the Bible, I listen to it on the Bible app where it's reading and I'm reading along with it. Okay. But it helps me stay locked in. So,
I can see it there too because I think sometimes, even recently, sometimes I might just take the Bible. It's a little. I'm sure I'm not the only one to do this. Just open it up and act like God. Read something from here, right? But if it's like hard, like some words that's like before, the language is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I feel you.
Yeah. So I think that way, and I do know they have other literature that breaks down stuff in layman terms a lot too.
Yeah, and that's what I need. Yeah, but no, I love that. So I understand why she does that. And I think that's dope that she listens and reads it. Like she's really getting it. Yeah, I gotta listen to that because I love how you added the elements of production into it.
It's so hard, man. It's so hard.
Wow.
I'm about to take this to another level, man. I just feel like this is a real New York Times bestseller.
It will be.
The voice in my head is God. It's something that I actually struggle with really even talking about because I'm sure when I trace it back to it got to be intuition. Before then, I'm thinking I just got a voice in my. I really just think because I'm really hearing something that's telling me to go this way and or put that on or walk over there and like it's been navigating me a lot. And when I follow that voice, it ultimately leads me to success. Yeah. So I started talking to people about like this voice, and then it's like it's subconscious. Then it started going back to like. It's really something that we all have, which is intuition. It's about when you find it, when you become tapped in. Yeah. And with the chapter I got in there called "Women are Superheroes," and my book is solely opinion based, right? I didn't research y'all. You know, like reading my book is like purely my beliefs.
Yes, in your
And
experiences.
so
Yeah.
I do believe women are superheroes. So I just like the things my wife know before I have my mom, and they do it unconsciously, but like I feel like women are just in tune to intuition before men. They mature before men anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's crazy. When you look back at your younger self in your book, "The Voice in My Head Is God," which is I love the title. You
Thank
talk
you.
about how the voice in your head is guidance that everyone has access to if you just slow down long enough to hear it. How young were you when you realized, wait a minute, this is God talking to me?
So I don't put God to it till super recently. So what happened with the book is I wanted to write a book about something, not just an
Yeah.
autobiography, and I wanted it to have some type of substance, and I also wanted it to tap into an audience outside of hip hop. So me having the concept like intuition, I'm telling some stories, and when I tell the story and I trace it all the way back, it's a voice that told me, boy, you ain't got no business going. It told me before I got there,
Yep.
or it told me to do. So a lot of the stuff I thought about was either like, whether it was a trauma or even a celebration, I trace it back in my mind, and it literally, and so then I started. Then you start hearing you made in the image of God, and
Yeah.
God is in you, all this stuff. And then another thing that I felt like was super relatable to people is like how we say, you know, man, something told me I was gonna run into something, or you feel somebody, you
Yeah.
ain't, I just feel like, what if that is like whatever you believe in, obviously, but what if that's God, like
Yeah.
in you, like whispering or whatever, just saying like, man, this ain't, it's time to go. Or it don't mean somebody finna shoot the place up, but
Right.
sometimes
But
it like
sometimes it is.
be
Yeah.
time to go or something like that. I'm like somebody that just abruptly like, I'm like my team just be like, what we doing? I just get up.
Yep. Out of here. Yeah.
And when I don't do it,
Let's talk about that.
bro, I say, man, I knew I should have left, bro. It happened to me not too long ago. I thought I was gonna miss something, so I'm sticking around.
Yeah.
Before I knew it, they done turned the lights on at the party. I don't like that kind of party where the lights and then everybody sitting around looking crazy.
Yeah.
Then, then they saying we gonna start the party back the whole time. I said, man, I should have been left this morning. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah.
something about a club. I'm just saying in general and in life.
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely can attest to times where I should have maybe left somebody alone.
Oh man,
We be
women.
like-
That's why I say y'all be knowing.
We be knowing.
Yeah, y'all be
yes.
knowing. Y'all just do it like y'all. I got a chapter called the voice that
Yes.
that women do a lot too. Like we do too, but
Yeah.
women do that too. But we had that voice too. Like sometimes, and when we do something out of the voice, it don't mean that it's always gonna be a bad outcome.
Right. Yeah. 'Cause some things could be just like, because we do it off of like just impulse. Like, I want to do this, I'm going to do it. Like, just go for it.
The voice deals with like the human part of you, the part that. So I say God is love. God equals love. So if you want to differentiate like the voice, it's like if it got something to do with like love in it, this may be him whispering to you.
Yeah.
But if it got to do with you like crashing out, going to his house, busting his windows out and all that stuff, and like you like something, I read your book, Chainz. Something told me go over there. I done went over there. I done caught this, whatever. I done like.
You like, I didn't tell you to do that.
Like ain't no, I don't think he told you to do that one.
Yeah.
But we all got that voice, and we all got to live off experience too. This book is very much experience based. It's not like a religious book. It's me talking about God through like my experience, my journey.
Yeah, no, and you talk about your mother, your grandmother, your wife being superheroes. What was it, something that you may have not understood as a child, but now as an adult man, you understand about your grandmother, your mother, when you were growing up?
Man, your mom always gonna tell you who she feel like is right. the right crowds and right places and stuff for you to, be around.
Yeah.
And then, we always got to find out on our own. I mean, we all,
Yeah.
Mama tell you, when they hit you sure? And they just like, and you like, yeah, Mom, I got it, thinking you know so much. It comes back.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't change a lot of the mistakes I made because like they gotta happen too. The book ain't about like living a perfect life. It's just about taking the time and connecting with that divine guidance, that internal navigation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not about like never making mistakes. Like,
right, for sure.
I can't
Listen, I'd always say that every mistake I made has made me the woman I am today.
Yeah.
Because you learn from it. It's a lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like it makes some of the best people, because we can also like help other people before they have to fall down that same path.
For sure.
Yeah. Now you talk about your dad being incarcerated and always telling you a woman can't raise a man. And you touch on that in the book.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Just raised by an old school, kind of man's man. Was in the Army, used to do airborne, jump out of planes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was his thing, and did a little prison time. So he was like a man's man. So, like I tell people, I'm kind of from the boys don't cry era.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be like, whatever it is, it's just like, you just can't cry about it. But the part is, like, when he passed, I literally needed, like, windshield wipers on my eye. I cried so much. I was bawling.
Yeah, I saw where you said the reservoir had dried up, but then when your father passed.
Yeah, I used to be like, man, I used to tell my homeboy, man, I'm dehydrated, boy, I can't cry, boy. I used to like, well, you know what I mean? And what it is, you become numb.
Yeah.
Then you become so tough that whatever hurt, you just kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
You just kind of like, to my breaking bones and everything, you just kind of, you just so, he just one of them, and it just sticks with you. But
wow.
he was but somebody, as a father, you admire him, and then you hear these stories and these tales about him, and you know what I'm saying? You got that DNA inside of you, and, I don't know, it's like he was a superhero to me too, and he stayed with me the last maybe 7 years of his life, and we just built a real great bond, and he ultimately passed right in front of me at the hospital, and it's something I think about all the time, often,
Yeah.
But I still, sometimes I maybe hear him. Who knows? Maybe it's him talking to me.
Yeah.
But I feel him. And then my son has a lot of, I don't know, they just have a lot in common. Like, and
you see a lot of your dad
I
and
see
Halo.
a lot of, I do. So
yeah,
that's why I tell everybody, like, Halo, my best friend, man. He remind me so much of my pops,
I love that. How did your relationship with your dad shape how you are with Halo now, especially those last 7 years spending with your father?
Well, it makes me want to not, like, skip any time with Halo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't imagine skipping 12, 13 years or something like that.
Yeah.
But it just makes me want to be there for him and give him some kind of game and some pointers on navigating life. Make sure I'm instilling confidence in him, like, that black boy confidence is a weapon in itself. You know what I mean? So just teaching them how to use that weapon when you confident in the room and you just making people uncomfortable as a 10-year-old or whatever it is, and just making sure that he's a better person than me. You know what I'm saying? Just like dedicating my life to making sure he's 10 times better than me.
Yeah, no, I love that. I ran into y'all in the parking lot. You go to a season ticket holder at the Hawks, so I admire you when you're with your wife or your daughters, courtside, and your son. I'm like, that is dope. Like, my dad took me to McDonald's for breakfast. That was our daddy-daughter time. I'm like,
trying to think.
Courtside is different.
That was good. At least you remember. I'm trying to think, okay, my daddy, let me think. Because I ain't even talking about like he wasn't nothing.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think where he took me that was like our thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it hit me before. So, but I think it's important that you create them experiences.
Yeah.
Like even the McDonald's thing is something like, it's an experience.
Every morning, because he worked nights, and then he would come pick me up to take me to school.
Get some biscuits or something like that. You can't
bacon,
forget
egg,
nothing
cheese
like that. Because
biscuit.
I remember my granddad used to get the biscuit. I'm trying to think what me and my pops did as a
Yeah.
kid. I can't remember right now, but
But I
rest in
love
peace
what
to
you
the
do with
GOAT.
your kids. Like it's so dope, and that daddy-daughter time, that father-son time is so important.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like it definitely shaped the relationship. Like I still call my dad to this day. Like, Dad, what you doing? You know,
Yeah.
like that's one of my best friends.
So did you ever have, because I have two teenage daughters.
Uh-huh.
Was it ever a time that you were not like this with your dad? Was it ever like
No.
you always been?
Yeah, I feel like when I was in college, I had a wild phase where I was
Yeah.
just kind of like, I don't want to talk to nobody.
Yeah.
Like I want to do my thing. But as I got older, and then just realizing that time is fleeting, and you kind of look up when you're like, wait, like I may not have them here that much longer.
Yeah, man, you old.
Yeah.
You be like, now the funny part is when you get the age that you remember your parents was at, and you
Yes.
be like,
Oh, I'm
damn,
there
I used
now.
to think they was old.
Yeah.
Because I remember my dad, man, my dad was like, he would get out, because my dad was like in the trapping and all this hustling and buying work and selling work. And I'll be riding with him, man. He had these cut off Jordache jean shorts and damn near no shirt on. And when he get out that car, I used to get low like this because I ain't even want nobody to see me. I'm like, man, why don't you put some clothes? What are you doing, bro? That man used to be out there, hey, hollering at somebody across the street.
You like,
Man, put a shirt on, anything. But yeah. We gotta, I got the two teenage girls, and they really like, one is on the way to college, and basically I don't know that much.
Yeah.
And I can't be that cool. I'm only like 2 Chainz. And by the way, like,
wait, so your
on
daughter?
the 2 Chainz. Probably.
Only 2 Chainz.
Yeah, probably
I guess.
on that. Probably don't even like.
Don't mention that, Dad.
Don't nobody even need to know that.
Wow.
And then I got my 13-year-old who is into like drip. So that's a way we do connect.
Yeah, that's y'all's bond. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And but it could be times when I don't know what the heck I'm talking about either, which is insane.
Yeah. I think that's every parent-child situation at some point.
Yeah.
And like I said, that college time, like that's the time where they're trying to figure themselves out, and it's a lot. It's a lot.
Coming.
Yeah, but you'll be fine. I promise you, it'll be over before you know it, and then y'all be back besties.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I hope so.
No, for sure. He said, I hope so. I love that. Let's talk about that intuition. And can you share with us a time where you heard that voice and it completely changed the trajectory because you listened? It changed the trajectory of your life just from taking heed to it, and then share a time where you look back and you're like, I should have listened, and what happened in that moment?
A time where I listened to my voice is when I got out, like my first record deal. I just, I didn't know I was going to make I'm Different or Birthday. I didn't have these songs recorded. I didn't have anything. I just knew I wanted to be an independent. I wanted to be on my own. It wasn't so much I was leaving the situation to get back in another situation.
Right.
But I thought I had built enough relationships and learned enough information to try to do it on my own. And just woke up one day, and it wasn't like it was gradual. Like I kept like threatening it to like, you keep playing, it was none of that. I just woke up one day and I said, I just.
F it. He was like,
I didn't say it like this, but basically like a voice told me like I need to be out here doing this.
Yeah.
And then a time where the time I didn't listen, man, I done got smacked for it a couple of times for not listening to that voice. Been in the wrong places at the wrong time when I obviously, but you know it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You just don't. It's hard to. When you can't see things, it's hard to believe something you can't see anyway, bro.
Right.
So it's hard to believe that run the red light can cause an accident until you can run a bunch of them until you cause but you can't see that before it happens.
Right.
So that might be a poor example, but that's basically what I mean about like you gotta like navigate off trusting yourself first. Like this is how I navigate. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I
for
do
sure.
have like somebody I talk to, a manager and all of that, but I start with me first.
Exactly. No, for sure. Talking about obstacles and being optimistic. You are a very optimistic person, and talking about your getting out of a record deal and you deciding that you didn't want any more 360 deals. Can you explain to the people listening what a 360 deal is in the music industry and why you didn't want to sign that?
Well, at the time it was very new. 360s are very prevalent right now. At the time I had so much leverage that I think the labels was just trying to get me on the roster at this time. But a 360 deal was created, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago. It's basically for artists that make a stream of income outside of, it may have to do with music, but say for instance, like you get paid for like a Pepsi commercial, the label gets a percentage of that now. What used to happen is, and I understand both ways really.
Right.
When I think about a label give you some money, put you on, you shoot a video. Somebody says, I like this guy, and they give you $1 million, and the label like, bro, you wouldn't even know this person if we ain't shoot it. So then labels figured out a way to get paid off of artists generating like sponsorships and stuff like that. This was on my first deal. I just had like I just had a deal that you only can really do when you have leverage. You just can't go in nobody. This is like how, right now, if I had to do a deal, I'm independent right now. But if I went back and got a deal with a major, I'm positive they'll be like, this is how it goes.
Yeah, we need that. Yeah, I mean, if I was signing you, I'd be like, I want.
I'm gonna need a 3 because I'm gonna go get a bag somewhere else. You
one.
looking at you know you gonna be like, no. Boy, you finna do something. I know you, but
exactly.
I still might use the leverage of, but I'm already this. I might still go back though.
Yeah.
I might pick and choose. I might have to figure it out if I had to really negotiate that. Like, I am not like a newbie that if you put me on MTV Awards, then my phone been ringing for a couple of decades.
It has. Let's talk about
Close
that
to
too. Like how you stay so relevant. People don't last decades in this industry, and you have found a way to stay relevant time after time. People are still calling you. I'm seeing you do so many different things.
Yeah.
What is the secret sauce to doing that?
Listening to the voice in my head.
It's
That
so
was
good.
that was good.
That
Right?
was so good.
You set it up. You didn't even know.
You know what I'm saying? Look.
It was a little setup.
It's so good. I love that. So you did a 50 city tour or 50 state tour independently in a wheelchair.
Oh yeah.
That was crazy. Yeah. Let's talk about that, because most people that you said that voice in your head, people were telling you cancel it, don't do it.
It was there.
Like this is another moment where you listen to the voice in your head. And I want to know that at that point in time you were turning down deals. You're like, nope, I'm gonna do this on my own.
It was really like, it was either the voice in my head or the morphine they give you in the hospital.
You might have been crazy.
They give you that little button. You press that button.
Right.
They say you be talking crazy. I done broke my leg on Sunday. Tour started Wednesday. These folks are all by my bed. But what we gonna do? What we gonna do? I hit the button on them and go to sleep again. And man, I don't know if it was a morphine dream or God telling me.
Right.
But I already got the concept. Like this, like with the book, this is about intuition, So my album called Pretty Girls Like Trap Music. So I done got this whole concept of like trying to make the trap like a positive connotation. So I got like a pink trap house. I got like
that was fire.
Pretty everything. I'm just trying to like put both worlds together.
Yeah.
So something told me. That's what I'm saying. It got to be to me. He said, man, but why don't you just get the pink wheelchair and get the nurses to be like background dancers. And I always get like 5 ideas, bro. I got a chapter called Ideas Occurrence. I feel like that's like some people with no ideas. I'm like, I'm sorry. I like, man, it's got to be hard. Man, I came up with this idea, and Man, within a day or two, man, the turnaround was crazy.
Wow.
The turnaround to get the wheelchair, this man put this wheelchair together where you keep, because I had to keep the leg elevated, and they got like rims on it. And management found like these dancers, and they got these little nurse costumes, and I don't have nothing to do with the choreography. They just giving them the songs I'm gonna do on tour.
Yeah.
So I literally meet these dancers that end up touring with me the night of the show. Like I'm, the one that's gonna push me around the wheelchair.
No
Yeah,
rehearsals.
we ain't did it together. Yeah, we ain't did none of that. All I could do is kind of sit in the front and
Right.
use a lot of upper.
Right. Hold on, but you had an arm too. One of your arms was messed up.
Yeah, well, listen, my arm, when I broke my arm the same night, but they put it back in place the same night.
Because it was dislocated.
Yeah,
okay.
it was dislocated. Oof. But I go out, I do half the show, you know what I'm saying? I'm making this, all this really like moving a lot.
Yeah.
And it kind of like made the show go by smooth because you're not moving back and forth. So sometimes the girl will move me, stop, they do whatever they do, move me.
That's fire.
And then because I got the pink trap house on stage, I got nurse. So in my mind, I'm like, I'm so creative. The fans might think this part of the show.
Right.
So I stop the show. I go, yeah, they clap me. I say, man, I broke my leg on Sunday, y'all, and I still wanted to be here and perform for y'all. And man, I hope I ain't let y'all down, but I really right now, I can't even walk, y'all.
Yeah.
Man, them folks go
crazy. Yeah.
I said,
That's respect.
We about to go get this money. I'm like, they go this. It was like I believe in, being optimistic. I feel like, man, how you turn this around? I'm so mad at myself, and it was just a fluke accident. I fell out this 4-wheeler, but like, man.
That you probably written a million times. Like,
man, 100 times.
I already know.
Man, I'm just like, and it just happened. And so then you look at like, this is a sign from God telling me sit down from tour. I said, no, man, let me get this money. And then the guy that made the wheelchair for me, before the tour over, man, the man passed away. I never even meet him.
Are you serious?
Man, I'm like, this got to be an angel, man.
Yeah.
He they tell me he died from a motorcycle accident. So I'm like I be in my head like, so I couldn't even put a face with the person who did it because I never met the person.
Yeah.
So like,
goodness.
I couldn't even like really like even really get sad about it. Cause I'm like, man, did God just send somebody to do this in a short period of time?
That's how he works. That's crazy. Cause so many people in that situation would have definitely like cancel it. I can't do it.
Home. Yeah, just take me home. Come back. And we see it happen on people cancel their tours all the time.
All the time and don't have a broken leg.
I think when they said like we probably had to get 11 million back, I think I just was like, no, the hell we ain't.
We going to work.
I think that's what it was. I think no matter what the voice was telling me, that motherfucker wasn't gonna get nobody no 11 million. It was something like that I heard. We had to get this 11 million. I'm like, to who, boy? We finna pull up on these folks.
Hello.
We went to dance in this chair all tour, and that's what we did, man.
Oh my goodness. I love that story. I really do. So many people chase the success or hope, just wish they can get to where you are now. If there's somebody out there that's watching this right now and what you just explained is discipline, it's fortitude, it's just doing it no matter what the circumstance is, what would you tell them, any type of advice to try to get to where you are if they want to succeed in this industry?
You have to do it though.
Yeah.
You gotta do it.
That's good. You gotta do it.
Yeah. The only way it can't happen is if you don't try. So you just.
I always say that.
You got to. And it's easier said than done. Bro. I know it's like so cliche to be like but really you have to try.
Yeah.
You have to try, and some people that do have ideas, it's important that you align yourself with people that can help you bring those ideas to fruition. Because most people that have ideas don't know what to do with them.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, I get that too. But like, I found like people around me that I can actually funnel some of this stuff to and kind of bring them to light. The pink like that. Sometimes that would be somebody's idea and they just don't know how to even who to contact. And I'm I'm fortunate enough to have, a team that's like, I don't, like right now, if I need a dancers tonight, I don't even know who to, much less some that's going to customize some nurse outfits and be on point when these songs drop. Like so it's bigger than just you.
Absolutely, yeah. That team is everything. I'm with you on that. That's good. Now, you have been very open about your struggles with lean abuse. Talked about how you still can't eat any citruses like lemons, oranges, all the things. How did you get to that? Was it something that you were dealing with? You know how sometimes we, as artists, a lot of times, even successful people, we lean on certain things to suppress whatever we may be feeling. Was it something that you were trying to suppress at first so you become numb to something, or was it just like society? Because sometimes just like everybody doing it when it's a part of the culture,
Yeah, no, I think my stomach was, when I'm thinking about it now, I think my stomach was messed up before I started drinking it.
It probably made it
drinking
worse.
stuff, I ain't gonna lie, used to make it feel better.
Really?
Yes, bro. I got a endo, whatever they call it when they put a camera in your stomach.
Yeah.
And man, I would just go days where I would just be feeling nauseous, and I never forget they had this drug. It was called like Nexium. It was like a sample drug.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a delay, and they keep giving me these little sample drugs. I never took them. And they do the until one day I took one. I said, I felt good the whole day. You know what I mean? And so then the doctor puts this. I never forget. He looked like Obama, bro.
The doctor did.
The doctor did, bro. And the last thing I remember when he put this thing in my stomach is me saying, "Bro, you look like Obama." And then I just went to sleep, and then I woke up, and they had pictures of my stomach, and I had ulcers and acid reflux together. And so I had been drinking a little lean, but after I get that picture of like this stuff in my stomach and everything, they telling me that the prescription is promethazine, but they have to give it to me in a capsule because people are taking advantage of the syrup kind. So I heard that, and then I leave. I call up my friend. I was like, bro, because when you get this, so with the lean and everything, people don't know it really coming from like a source, like a pharmacy. It's not like somebody's making it in a tub. It's just people abuse it by putting a lot into a drink, change the color, and then making it so. But it's really like a medicine. It's for something.
Yes.
It's for something.
Right.
So it's for nausea and some more. That's what it's really for.
Okay.
I don't know this. I'm just, when I drink it, I keep telling people this is no bullshit. This is no bullshit. I used to tell my road manager, I feel like I'm 18 again. I would drink it, go on stage, jump up and down. Cause like I'm flying out. Early on I'm so busy. I'm flying. I'm doing maybe two flights a day to go here, and I'm eating something that I'm not used to. My stomach just been super weak. So then, like, I feel nauseous again. Like, boom. So I need something. Now I like keep some Zofran somewhere. My mama gonna keep some Zofran for me if I need it or something like that. But my stomach just been like something, and it's probably why I eat so healthy. But early on I was told I couldn't. I don't drink no orange juice.
Yeah.
I don't. Something that's kind of like, I don't know if you would call pineapples. Now I eat pineapple. I drink pineapple juice, but like lemonade.
None of that.
Man, I tried
super acidic.
a Chick-fil-A lemonade about 10 years ago, man. I felt like it felt like the front was flipped, man. My stomach was, so stuff like that I can't eat, and then I have to sleep on like 2 pillars, like can't just be laying flat, you know what I mean? So I have to keep my head elevated, but I hadn't had like a stomach like relapse in a long time, and I've been stopped drinking. Like I stopped drinking the syrup stuff. I think the syrup was giving me like a little attitude sometimes. Like,
really?
Yeah, it had me like a little growling type thing sometimes.
Yeah. Would you recognize it, or did somebody else have to say, "Hey, you
people
would
mean. Tell me, but I think I'd just be irritated.
That's probably why I thought you was mean.
Yeah, that's probably why I thought. What you want now? Like, you
right.
know what I'm saying? Like, damn, come on, hurry up, take the picture. But I hadn't done nothing like that in a while. I still, self-medicate with the little things I do. But ultimately, man, I'm not even like a really big drinker for real.
Same.
I've been on my wine stuff.
Yeah.
I try a little wine. I take a shot of tequila, but then I be kind of like, I be like straight.
Yeah, chilling.
I be had enough. I been had enough. So yeah, it was definitely a trend, but it's something I put the cup down many years.
Yeah, no, I love that, and I'm glad you got ahead of it because a lot of times people don't get to see that side of it.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
You said you healthy diet, all the things. How important you work out? How important is maintaining that wellness a part of your life to do what you do at the level you do it at?
I feel like entertainment is or what we do is really like another form of sports.
It really, I be telling people that all the time because I was a competition cheerleader, and a lot of the same structure and the discipline that I use in sports, I use it now.
Yeah, it's like sports, bro. You can't just not give a damn about what you put in. Think you finna go on stage and perform for an hour, and you be seeing people pass out and all. Like I do a show for an hour. I don't even drink water. I don't even like for the fan to even think I'm like them anywhere near like a human like them. Like I'm up there for an hour, they're not sweating.
Really?
Keeping myself and saying that I'm in great shape. What else you guys want? I ain't up there all
right.
What else guys trying to whole body moving, talking to the crowd. You just so I ain't on that.
Right.
So I take it very seriously about like how I condition myself because I feel like I'm gonna be up all night. I'm gonna record. I gotta be able to like. I mean, I might sound crazy. I stretch and everything.
That's
bro.
not crazy, especially we have to. Yeah, that's important. Mobility.
I'm gonna say, especially, we in our 40s. You
Baby,
got to.
listen.
I'm stretching before I go, man.
That's good.
I tell somebody, look, man, how long the stage is? Like, all right, let me. You know what I'm saying? Boom, because I ain't gonna sit in one spot.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And ain't no telling what I might do once I get up there. That's where I get the Holy Ghost. So you want to be
so
like,
you gotta be ready, ain't it?
I want to be ready, man.
You're so silly. I love that. You talk about in your book how substances can also mute your inner voice. Let's talk about that because a lot of times people feel like, I'm in control, I got it, I know what I'm doing. But what is that muting? How do you know like when that's coming in?
Anytime when fear show up, you're going to be just straight off when fear, ego, all that's you. All that's you. But sometimes you gotta have it.
Yeah.
In our field of work, I think sometimes, not to say that you should just be on set like, a diva or be on stage like a diva. But I think a little piece of ego not bad. The fear stuff, trust issues is another part of like the field we in. You kind of got to be scared. These folks will do all, especially men, especially the men. It's like, I have mastered my little side hug, all that. It's just like, so. Yeah. Sometimes ain't no voice. And when you get to just being in your head so much about this, you just really going off your own. And that's that's normal too.
Yeah.
It's normal fear is a real emotion.
No, for sure. One of the most moving parts that I loved about your book was your father and the eagle metaphor.
Yeah.
And being a father and letting your child fly. We talked about your daughter.
Yeah.
You're about to let her fly,
Yeah.
going to college. But how do you use that metaphor with your children now?
It was very interesting. I read that. First of all, that letter was like from 2003.
Really?
Yeah. When I was working on the book, it's like it opened up a portal where I was just finding stuff that was like, I can add this to the book. But I went back, it was these letters from 2003. My father, his birthday is on Christmas. So this was around Thanksgiving. It was just it was like all these letters from like the end of 2003. I'm talking about football. And he started putting these analogies in here. And he telling me, I tell you what, you can call me this. Like, it was just like, first of all, he's so sarcastic. I don't know if he's serious or not. I'm like, man, I don't know. He's talking about, we the Eagles, man. We soar. I'm Bill Eagle. And then he's telling me, like, you're this. You know what, matter of fact, you can call me Bill. And I'm like, what the? But, 2003, it was, over, 20 years ago. So I was at a different place mentally and everything. I'm way more mature and grown. And even looking at his letters and seeing God is love on the back of the envelope, I used to just rip them and get to the letter. I wasn't even paying no attention to the God is love that's written on
Yeah.
the outside. But then I thought about what that meant, and it was just right in my face the whole time. It was just saying like God is like love.
Yeah.
Like it was like, what is God? It's like love. Like, oh. And then like, oh, yeah, God, cause he ain't gonna mess with no hate stuff. Like, but yeah, so that's my personal opinion. So that's what I thought it meant. And it took me this long and some old letters to find to put that together to really hit it like.
Yeah.
Cause other than that, it just sounds like a phrase. God is love. God is dope. Shout out my homeboy.
Yeah,
It's like God.
yeah.
It's like God is this. God,
Yeah.
But like, oh no. So that's what I took from it.
I love that. So another thing I wanted to ask you about is you saying like you going through these letters, you're finding all these things, and it's been there the whole time. And you also talk about at the end, people say he might need therapy. After writing the book, you said it was therapeutic for you.
Yeah, it's my first therapist, man. Well, this book
Yes.
is.
Now, are you open to
No,
therapy?
it can't be that because music is very therapeutic. And then
it
I did a
is.
short film called Red Clay. So this might be my third therapist.
Okay, got
Let
you.
me refrain. Let me rephrase it. This is my third therapist. Music was my first. It just, and then I did a short film called Red Clay that was just took a lot. And then this book is my third therapist. And they all different people.
They are.
It's not like my third time going to therapy. This is my third therapist.
Right. That's
Yeah.
fire. I love that. Are you open to therapy? Or do you feel like you're good?
I've been going back and forth. I don't know. I'm still like old fashioned. Don't want nobody to take my little edge off. I want to be the crazy old man still. Everybody got them in the family. And you know what I'm saying? You need that energy, bro.
Somebody got to do it.
Yeah, in my mind, and I know this probably sounds crazy. I hope a therapist really helps me. DM me and be like, it's not like it. But in my mind, I feel like I'm gonna come out of therapy and I'm gonna be like, it's okay, you got it. It's okay. No, you know what? Life is beautiful. Like God is good. God is love. Y'all just keep brother, sister. But I don't want to. I be wanting a little edge on me, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, and I just don't want them to be like, well, we're gonna fix this. The reason you have this, and what I do have a psychology degree, right? So
Okay.
I do, or I have identified some of my triggers.
Really?
Personally.
Okay.
Through self-evaluation.
That's good.
I could tell when something like, you know what I mean? And it could be some small stuff, but I could tell like if it's done, if it's happened to me more than once, I'm like, this kind of triggers me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I can identify with some of them, and I'm trying to work on that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Because some people can't even identify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to know what make you turn up and
You
raise you.
do.
Like, you got to know.
Yeah, you got to know. And then you also, you got to know yourself.
Yeah.
You say that. So this season for Keep It Positive, Sweetie, our theme is unapologetic. What is 2 Chainz being apologetic about right now in this season?
Apologetic?
Unapologetic.
Oh, unapologetic. Oh, unapologetic. I'm unapologetic about. I'm not apologizing for that parking spot where I park for the Hawks. Sometimes I be taking up a couple spots.
You do.
I'm not apologizing for that.
Period.
I'm parking right when you be seeing me right there. I don't know why they hit me, but I know you can relate because you see me. And sometimes I back in there and they
So
change. Y'all, whoever coming, they gonna be out of luck. So I'm not apologizing for that. I'm a real Atlanta native. I'm a fan, and I literally have to pay for my tickets.
Yes.
So y'all, I'm not apologizing for that. I'm not apologizing for saying no.
Yeah.
Man, you know, you be like, man, I'm sorry, man, but I can't do it.
I'm not sorry.
Man,
actually.
I just ain't gonna do it. Like that's what. And I ain't gonna say like I'm working on this.
Yeah.
I'm working on saying no without apologizing or
Yeah.
giving context on why I can't do it.
Right.
Because I found myself explaining, man, I gotta do, man, I got to do all that when I'm like, so.
That's real.
Yeah.
I love that. Speaking of Hawk tickets, you are also a big investor. You have, I just saw something where you invested in SpaceX.
Yeah.
You have ownership in, is it the Skyhawks
Yeah.
G League? What made you like want to start investing in these different things? Because I was like, wow, I had no idea.
Yeah.
You are a myth. There's so many different things that we don't know about you.
Yeah. Coming from hustling, that's what hustling and traveling is.
gamble,
You invest, you
yeah.
buy this pack, you make more off of it. You put this to the side, you buy, you make more. It sounds like a lot of people only get caught up with like what it's doing to the community, which I definitely understand. But
Right.
as a hustler, it's really an extension of a business, man. You meet somebody, you create a relationship with them, you have a clientele, audience, fans, whatever you want
Right.
to call it, direct to consumer. Been doing that, doing direct to consumer. Then you got to have, you got to go out, you got to meet people, you got to develop, that trust thing, and and now when I grow up, I don't want to buy a pack or something and sell it. Now I'm
Going to buy
essentially
teams.
investing in
Yeah. That's fire.
properties and
Yeah.
things like that, and then also being in the right rooms and I don't know, maybe getting the trust of people who are looking to invest in. I believe, man, it's trillions of dollars out there. It's just that junk just is looking for somebody. It's looking for people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And being in the house, it ain't gonna find you. So for me, I'm in them rooms now. I'm not just hopping from brunch to brunch, but I'm in them right rooms.
Yeah.
And I'm me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think it's very important that I'm transparent and I'm me, and they like, I like you. When they say they like me, anybody say they like me, I know they liking the real version of me, because I'm not putting that on. You know what I mean? I'm not like, they like, I like you, like, oh, I'm gonna have to keep this personality. I have to remember what personality this is.
Right,
like,
no,
nah.
because it's you.
Like when somebody say, man, it's just, I like your energy. It's genuine.
That's who you are. I love that. 2 Chainz, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. In closing, we do what is called positive outcomes, where our audience writes in, we give them advice. This is a quick one. Her name is Natina Chapman from Charlotte, North Carolina. She says, how do you chase big goals and success without losing your peace in the process?
I'm a dreamer.
Yeah.
To this day, I'm a dreamer, and I'm not content. And it's okay to be content. Like if you finally get your house and your dog or whatever, and you like, this is all I wanted. That's cool. My vision exceeds that.
Yeah.
Like my vision exceeds a glass ceiling. I just right now with the stuff I have and the car, whatever. It's not like I want more cars. I just want more life. I want more something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know what's around the corner. I don't know what's out there, but I do seek, and I put that energy out there. I'm still fishing.
Yeah.
For more success, more opportunity.
Yeah, and for me, I would say, Natina, if it is like something that is for you, you're not gonna lose your peace over it.
Yeah.
It's gonna feed it.
Yeah,
I feel like anything that caused you to lose your peace isn't something you should be chasing after anyway.
Facts.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I give a little
Tell
juice.
No,
silly.
man, that's what's up.
Thank
man.
you so much. This has
Thank
been
you.
amazing. I appreciate your time. Guys, make sure you go get his book right now. Listen, get into it. Sweeties, you already know we're about to buy all of the
Sweeties.
copies. We're going to make this a New York Times bestseller.
Please,
2 Chainz. You think you're going to do another book?
please, and thank you. Am I gonna do another book?
Yeah. Is this the first of many?
Never say never.
Never say never. I love it. I could also see like a biopic movie.
Oh, listen.
I see
Guess
it.
what I'm gonna do? Guess what I'm gonna do?
What?
Bro? This is gonna really throw you off. But you gotta know that this is a great idea that I'm trying to put into fruition right now.
Okay.
I want to do a play. And the name of the play is Something Told Me. And it's all chapters of the book. And I already got in my head how I want it to start and everything.
Wow.
So we may have to, I know you know people.
We know the same people.
I know you be in them rooms and you know people.
Yes.
But I'm very
That's
serious
fire.
about, and like that's some 2 Chainz stuff. Like, we're gonna dress up, wine, and a real play that has like production and like the way that because I did like for my maybe what anniversary for True Religion, maybe my 10-year anniversary for True Religion, I incorporated a play within the show.
That's
Like
fire.
it was like a play. I had somebody playing my mom, me, the whole thing, wearing True Religions, the whole thing, and just how that went. And it was like, okay, stage play, this could be something for me. But then like, even sitting here with you, I was not gonna mention it. And we was just about to get off, and then you said this could be the bio, and I'm like, short, if you only knew what I'm thinking about doing and taking it up or not. So yeah, like I just want people to just really know that when it's time and you get that invite on putting on something clean, that I'm gonna have a real experience for you.
Oh, we already know.
It's gonna be a real experience, and it's gonna be something that people are gonna talk about for years after that. For real, like this idea. I'm talking about like
Broadway.
High, yeah, but here in the city.
Yes. Ooh. Fox Theater.
That's why
Okay, listen, the voice in my head was just God. He said
man,
it.
I said Fox though.
That's crazy.
All right, and this the last thing I'm gonna put out there.
Okay.
I want Terrence Howard to play my pops. I gotta talk loud so that he can hear it.
Yes, put it out there.
So he can hear it. Cause my dad was a little red, like that. He's just like a little red. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But even the way his voice is and all that, he can really he can make it happen. But like, imagine Terrence Howard doing a play. I ain't talking about for them. I'm to my own stage doing like that.
Yeah.
So that's how my mind works.
You have a brilliant mind, and I
Thank you.
cannot wait. That's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
We're going to be front row and center.
We're going to be able to use this for like some type
like
of
that.
archive. We're going to be able to go back and because some things happen sooner than others and maybe later, but it's something like when I really put my mind to it, like I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna get it done.
For sure. Yeah.
Even if it's not like, I ain't even gonna say
Don't
that.
say that. I'm about to say, don't say that.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here, y'all.
Yes, we out.
All right.
I am wearing a Balenciaga button-down shirt, a Skims tank, a Zara leather skirt, Amina Muaddi boots. My necklace is by Tom Ford, and my signature jewelry. Wow, what I appreciate most about this episode is the reminder that growth doesn't always come from the loudest moments in our lives. Sometimes it comes from learning how to be still enough to hear the inner voice guiding us. Chainz, thank you for sharing your story, your wisdom, and this moment with us today. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is simply listen to that voice within and trust that it's already leading us exactly where we're meant to go. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Keep It Positive Sweetie Show. Be sure to grab your copy of The Voice in My Head is God wherever books is sold. Please download the Season 10 Kilts Reflection Guide to store all gems dropped today for free at ChristopherReneeHayslett.com. Be sure to subscribe, share this episode with someone who needs it. And if you ever need advice, positivity, or just want to share something you're going through, email us at keepitpositiveoutcomes@gmail.com. As always, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and keep it positive, sweetie. I'll see you guys next time.